You're very welcome back. Now, in its 22nd year, Fresh Film Festival encourages young people to create, exhibit and share films in a festival that spans a week, during which one talented entrant is crowned Young Filmmaker of the Year.
Joining us today is the festival's founder, Jane Foley, and the winner of last year's competition, Eamon McMahon. Now, Eamon made a film about dyslexia to scoop the top spot. Let's have a quick look at it.
Anthony, this is your third time now. Why haven't you practiced this for your homework?
I did practice the teacher.
Hiya, Mary.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello. Okay. So this is Anthony's. Yeah, okay. Anthony, you're a very special boy. You have something a lot of the other kids don't. So, here's what we're going to do. Are you ready?
This book is about a dragon called Sam. Sam lives in the forest. He has big teeth and a long tail and lots of colours on his back. And he's also the tallest dragon in the forest.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he's very good
Tell
actor.
us about, listen, we're reeled in after 1 minute of footage.
Yeah.
Tell us about the idea behind this, Eamon.
Well, the idea, it's sort of a dramatic account of my personal experience with school. So that's where the kind of concept came from. Also, my mom's a primary school teacher, so sort of her work sort of was interesting to me. And yeah.
And was this you looking back on your childhood?
In some ways, yeah, sure. I wasn't artistic though or anything like that, but I always had an interest in art and images and pictures and photography and all that. So.
Well, where did the idea come from, Eamon, to commit it to film, commit it to a script and maybe think about filming it? Where did that idea come from, that spark?
Well, I always had an interest in film. Yeah, I always had an interest in film, and sort of Fresh Film Festival sort of motivated me, and it sort of motivated me to get it out and try and win it, essentially. So. Yeah.
And you did.
And I did. Yeah. So.
Jane, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us about Fresh Film Festival now in its 22nd year, did we say?
Yeah, so it's a film festival completely for young people, and I suppose what makes it a bit different is that young people are very much, their work is featured in the festival. So we have two major events, well, 3 events: Ireland's Young Filmmaker of the Year, Junior, Senior and an international element as well. So that's basically any young person in Ireland from the age of 7 to 18 can make film, submit it and have it screened.
Now, in terms of submissions, it's still open. You're still open. When's the deadline?
Next Friday, the 26th.
Grant, and we'll put all the details up on
yeah.
our Facebook page and that. In terms of the festival itself, just to break it down a little bit more, are there categories? Is it, are there shorts, are there features, are there documentary? Are there certain categories it has to fill?
There aren't really categories because we don't really, I suppose one of the things when we started, we didn't want to tell young people that you have to make a film about this or that.
Yeah.
So in the senior, they just have to be under 15 minutes, and that could be anything. Some of them would be 60-second animations, less than 60 seconds. Some are then 15-minute epics like Eamon's here, very serious, documentary, comedies, madcap stuff from schools, everything and anything.
And are the amount of submissions increasing every year? Is it getting bigger and bigger?
I mean, at the moment, it's quite scary for us. We have 1,000 entries at the moment, and a lot of them are international ones as well. So that's a whole new. So that's very interesting to see the work.
And groups can apply as well as a group.
Absolutely, there's a group award as well, because it's quite different, I suppose, making a film as an individual and making it as a school group. There's different things that happen in a group dynamic. But yeah, so yes, school groups, youth groups, anybody under the age of 18.
It has become, in terms of filmmaking, and maybe this is for you, Eamon, but it has become an awful lot more accessible in terms of, for your generation and our kids' generation, in terms of tablets and iPads, a lot of them will come with software. Or you can download free editing software. I know, for example, my 9-year-old has a little group of mates, 5 or 6 of them. They meet once every 2 weeks, and they're doing stop animation with Lego figures. I couldn't sit up when I was 9.
But wouldn't that have been so exciting for you as a child?
But are the opportunities bigger in terms of, were you able to get stuff on your laptop and sort of fiddle around with stuff and just movies you'd made at home? And I must try and cut stuff together. Was that where your interest, or was it just watching movies? Is that where your interest started?
Well, yeah, it certainly is a lot easier. I mean, there's there's free education online, the likes of YouTube. They do film school online, so that kind of taught me and how to make films to a professional standard, I suppose. Yeah.
And is it something that you want to do as a career later
Absolutely.
in life?
Yeah, absolutely. So.
And is it directing? Is it acting? Is it a little bit of everything?
Directing and writing, yeah, is what I
Okay.
want. Also have a huge interest in cinematography. So yeah.
Any major influences? Whose kind of movies are you?
Apart from Simon Delaney, of course.
Well, clearly.
I know, you would have been too modest to say it, so.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Well, like Irish-wise, Lenny Abramson, John Butler. Yeah, those would be my two top of the list.
But we do box well above our weight as a nation, don't we, Jane?
Yeah.
In terms of the
And I mean,
talent and
yeah.
animation in particular.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that when people enter into Ireland's Young Filmmaker Year, we have a huge amount of international context. So we send their films to international young people's film festivals. And Ireland win all the time. Eamon was in Denmark, for example, with his film. So we really do, actually, even at a young age.
It is an incredible springboard, though, for someone who, like Eamon, who's seriously wants to pursue it as a career. You know, for Eamon to already have on his CV that his debut film is an award-winning film.
Yeah.
He himself is an award-winning director. It opens doors in terms of the other international festivals.
Absolutely, yeah, it really does. And a lot of our prize winners, I mean, for example, Donald Foreman, who won years and years ago, was entering from the age of 13 all the way up till he was 18, has his second feature film at the Dublin Film Festival.
And in terms of the international entries, I mean, where are you seeing entries from? Is it predominantly Europe or the US or
It's
everywhere?
everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's absolutely everywhere. The internet is, it's opened. I mean, I was telling Eamon
It just
that...
localises everything, doesn't it?
does,
Even a competition like this?
Yeah, I mean, when we started, they were coming in on VHS tapes. Do you know?
Right, I know.
The world
It sounds like
has
the
changed.
1960s, doesn't it? Remember them VHS tapes?
Before my time in here.
No concept of what that is.
We won't even mention CDs. But that's a great testament to you and the guys who are working behind the scenes that it's become such a success and that it's in its 22nd year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose we had very small beginnings. It started as Ireland's school video competition and grew out of that. And, and the Arts Council supported us all the way. So
And you
it's been
need that
great.
support as it grows.
Yeah.
So you could be Ireland's Young Filmmaker of the Year. The last call for entries is January 26th.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Continued
Brilliant.
success. Thanks
Well
for
done,
coming
Eamon.
to see us this morning.